Hello, Ashland friends. We're down here this afternoon to give you a fresh, updated report on what happened recently in North Carolina. We want to just thank you ahead of time for your awesome response. I have two gentlemen with me, Chad Enderby.
Good morning.
And we have Darcy Baker.
Hi.
And they just came back, and we wanted to give you a live report on what happened and the need that still exists, and then how we can respond as a community. So Chad, tell me what happened in your viewpoint.
Well, we left yesterday morning early, bright and early, with a trailer load of goods that was donated, generously donated: water, blankets, some dry good foods, a couple generators, and the team headed down to Asheville, North Carolina. We got down there yesterday afternoon and witnessed firsthand some of the devastation, the roads being washed out, just mud and fields, and it was just a very humbling and just kind of an awesome sight, really, to see what Mother Nature had done to that community. We met with the response team there at Pole Creek Baptist Church, and they had just an enormous amount of supplies down there that had been donated from across the country. And got to speak with them, and the first thing they said was, yeah, this looks like a lot. And it did. It really looked like a lot, didn't it, Darcy? But they were going to go through about 80% of that yesterday. So as fast as they were coming in, supplies were coming in, they were going back out. And we witnessed probably 10 or 15 families come in, get water, get food, get blankets, whatever they had for them. They were passing it out, and there was just a huge need for those types of things. But what they told us was that they really, really desperately needed generators. We had 4 with us from the other team. Neil Durfee and his group were bringing those down, and they were so grateful for those generators, because up in the mountains where we couldn't see the devastation is a great need. Those folks are stuck. Those roads are washed out, their driveways are washed out, they have no power, they have no water. And what was kind of striking to me was they said it's no longer kind of a rescue the people mission, it was more getting supplies up to them so they could just simply survive.
Darcy, what did you see that struck you?
A lot of the same. I guess what was motivating to me, like Chad said, once we got there, was to see the amount of volunteers at those distribution centers, and just the organization that they had in place there. Like, we were on one side dropping our items off, and there was a steady line of cars going through on the other side, just citizens coming through and getting items that they needed to, to survive, basically, at this point, in water. And something that they said that kind of really struck me was the fact that, they're trying to get life back to normal. People are there. So in the process of that, people are going back to work, which means they're losing volunteers at these distribution centers. So I asked them what they need, and their answer to that was, we need hands. And so they need hands at those distribution centers, along with, like Chad was saying, they need generators. Water is a huge issue. It was an estimate from one of those from the woman that we talked with there from the distribution center, but they may be without water in that Asheville area for 6 months. Their water supply. So, and that not only is the city of Asheville, from what she was saying, but that municipal water plant supplies a lot of those outlying communities too. So that's a huge issue.
So we were told 1,800 people depend on a water system that's been wiped out.
Completely.
So basically, if we're gonna go down there again, and we are gonna go down there again, and you're gonna say when, and I'm gonna tell you this sometime in the next couple weeks, but guys, we're gonna take 25 generators. That means the Ashland community has to respond with that. And here's the really good news. We had a church from New York contact us yesterday, and they're gonna bring generators down to us, and we're gonna all take them down together. We're gonna bring some work teams. Now, Chad, tell me this, if we bring a work team down, are we gonna be able to stay in the local hotel and eat at the local restaurants?
Well, they look like they're open for business, but they're not. They have no water. So we asked them, because we did pass a couple hotels, and we thought, wow, we could probably just stay there, but they're closed. They look like they're okay, but they're not. They're closed. They have no water. So no, we'll be sleeping in tents, kind of Boy Scouting it, as you said, and be prepared to bring water with you and your own toiletries and just have a good time kind of being off the grid and giving.
All right, here's gonna be the fun part. Ready? We have a gentleman that has 10 military tents, and we're gonna create a workstation from it for men and for women. We're gonna need to bring our own food. We're gonna have to set up a little work city. And Ashland's good at this because that zeroes in on our guys that love hunting and all the stuff that goes in the great outdoors. In less than 2 weeks, we're gonna go back. So here's our ask, okay? About $800 will get us a great generator, a cook stove, and then equip the generator so we get them fired up, we oil them up, and we bring extension cords, and we give them 5 gallons worth of fuel and all those things, so it's a ready-to-go thing.
Yep.
Okay? We're gonna get 25. Now here's the problem, folks. The people in the mountains have no power and they have no water because the generator is gonna be necessary to run their well pumps, okay? We're gonna house everything again back at Living Waters. That's where we went on Sunday and packed everything up. So get your supplies to Living Waters. If you wanna give funding to help us buy the generators, or here's a really big ask, go to some of the local businesses and ask us if they'll sell the generators to us at cost. Maybe somebody wants to donate one. You can buy them online. We're trying to get them here within the next 2 weeks, 1 week to 10 days, get them here so we can equip them. And then we're gonna try and take a semi-load of things back down to North Carolina, to the Black Mountains, to Candler, and to the little Arden community. And so guys, let me ask you this last thing. Darcy, what was life-changing about the trip for you?
It was, to use Chad's word, humbling, just to see folks that were truly in need and to hand that off, and just the gratitude that they expressed for that, and the fact that you just saw people funneling in to pick up what you had just delivered.
Mm-hmm.
And so there was clearly a need, and that need was met.
Isn't that amazing? Chad, what else? What touched you the most?
Well, again, just seeing that devastation, knowing that their water system is gone, and we're talking 6 months, and I turned my faucet on this morning, you turned your faucet on, and it made me think, wow, what would happen here? But don't forget about the pets.
Yeah.
They mentioned that yesterday, that they need pet food, they need dog food, and we would take that down with them as well. So if you just want to donate a 25-pound bag of dog food, their grocery stores are wiped out.
Yep.
Their supply chain is wiped out. And we talk about the humans, but they also have pets, and they want to take care of their pets too. And the dog food was going out just as quick as it was coming in as well. So,
well, I know the Ashland Pregnancy Center sent down 1,400 diapers, and they went like that. So here's another ask that's a little different and something that we probably didn't concentrate on, and that's for the kids. All the kids are out of school for months. Mm-hmm. So I think there's an effort to give some learning supplies, some coloring books, some different kind of toys for kids to learn from and so forth. Not electronics. There's not the ability to use the electronics. This is real physical, hands-on learning tools for kids of all ages and of all stages, okay? Imagine our community being without power for 6 months. No water, no electricity. What would we need to keep our families together? So we're going to be talking to you about work teams of groups of about 15 going down, hanging out for a few days, living in a little tent village, all smelling alike, all working alike, getting our hands dirty, and then coming back and replacing that team with another team. Our goal is to get 25 generators, 25 cook stoves, 25 propane heaters, and all the things these two men have already mentioned to you. We want to thank you so much. Guys, thank you. What an honor to be a part of a community that responds like this. We want you to pray for the people of North Carolina, and we want you to know that our efforts are not only in the physical and the material, but also in the spiritual. And I want to give a shout out to our local Gideon's camp in Ashland here. They're donating Bibles, and Bibles will go in all the products that we're going to give out in the next few weeks. And God has a unique way of reaching people in a crisis. So thank you. You'll see posted with this some guidelines of where you can send your funding. Checks are made out to, it's listed on that. Living Water is our staging center. We're going to have a tent set up so you can see what it's like If you wanna live in those wonderful conditions, it is not Motel 6 and nor is it the Hilton. But you know what? You're gonna be doing something that's gonna change your life, and it's gonna change the life of a community that's been wiped out. So thank you very much.